Friday the 13th is currently one of my favorite games to play on my Xbox right now. Well, I mean, there is another one, but we're not going to get into that. So I thought it would be fun if I decided to rank all of the Jasons in the game, at least the playable ones. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So at number 10, we have Part 4 Jason. Now you may be wondering why I put Part 4 Jason as the lowest. The reason I did this is because I really do not like the design of him. I think he kind of looks ugly. I'm just going to be honest. I mean, it really depends on what you're playing on, but especially on the Xbox version, like, it just doesn't look that good. I mean, I don't know, I just don't like it that much. I mean, the mask, I don't like how the chevron is almost faded completely away. And it's not a good design. I don't like it. I know he's like a really good actual one to play as. It's just I don't like how he looks. So that's why he's ranked at number 10. So at number 9, we have Jason from Friday the 13th, Part 3. Now this isn't inherently a bad design, not at all. I'm not saying that. It's just a little too bland for my liking. And yes, I know this is the first film that he did get the hockey mask, but still, I mean, really, that's the only, like, main thing about this. Like, there's not really much I can take out from this. It's just man in hockey mask wearing green shirt and blue pants. I mean, yeah, it's pretty simple, and it's not as extravagant as some of the other Jasons, so that's just why I put it at number 9. Not a bad one. Hell, it was the first one to have the hockey mask, but still. Not my favorite Jason. So at number 8, we have Jason from Part 6. Now, I'm just going to be honest. I feel like this is kind of the same case as Part 3, where it's a little bit bland. However, I did decide to put it over Part 3 for one simple reason. The combat belt. Now, the combat belt is the one defining feature that this Jason has, other than it being a zombie, of course, and the combat belt is extremely epic and based and red-pilled. It is really cool, to be honest. It's a shame that you can't use any of the actual weapons in it, but, you know, it's still pretty nice looking. Alright, so at number 7, we have Jason from Part 2. Now this is from the film before he got the hockey mask, so he had to wear a little potato sack on his head, and he had an eye cut out. And I think it's actually really cool that they include this version of Jason, because he is pretty different from the rest of them. However, I do think that the potato sack is a little bit silly, and so are the overalls. He really looks like a hillbilly that's trying to be scary on Halloween, maybe dressing as like a ghost or something, I don't know. But I still like it a lot because of how different it is. So at number 6, we have Jason from Part 5. But the special thing about this Jason is that, well, quite simply, he's not Jason. He's a copycat killer named Roy Burns. And you can see that this Jason is a little bit different. Rather than wearing the usual green shirt, he's actually wearing a pair of coveralls. As well as his mask is really different as well. I love the blue chevrons on it, but I feel like this Jason shouldn't really count as one, considering he's not the actual Jason. But he does still look pretty nice. So I'm putting him at number 6. At number 5, we have Jason from Jason Takes Manhattan. And now this version of Jason I actually really like. I love the sleekness of it. Like, it looks shiny, and it's supposed to look like that in the movie because for whatever reason they decided to make him always wet. So yeah, but it really gives off a nice sheen. I love the slick black clothing that he wears. I know it's not really supposed to be black, but that's just how it looks due to the lighting. And I also really like the mask. What with the tiny little axe mark in it, as well as the chevrons looking pretty... They look different, to say the least. I mean, I've never seen the chevrons like that in any other masks, and it's really nice to see that. So overall, this is a pretty nice Jason. So now we're getting into the really good Jasons. And at number 4, we have Savini Jason. Now this Jason is actually badass. You heard it right, badass, I said. He is actually really cool, to be honest. The flames and stuff, everything about him is just really nice looking. It's really, really cool. But the one thing I don't like is just, I don't know. It's too different for me, I guess. Like, don't get me wrong, it is amazing. Like, it looks absolutely perfect. Tom Savini is a master. He's a genius. He knows what he's doing. And, yeah, but it's just a little too different for me, I guess. Like, I like my classic Jasons, I guess. So, yeah. But still, an absolutely awesome skin. At number 3, we have Jason from Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday, or as the game calls it, Part 9. Now this Jason, he looks like he's been through 9 films, I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I love the way how his mask is really embedded in his face. I mean, it's like nice and deep in there. It's really gnarly looking, and I like all the cuts on it as well. I mean, it just looks like he's been through a lot of shit. And I even love like how the little piece and the eye is like broken out. It's just really good looking, to be honest. However, there are a few more that I think are a little bit better. Now, at number 2, we have Jason from Part 7. Now, this Jason is just beautiful. Everything about him, just the chain around his neck to the exposed rib cage, the spine, everything, just, wow, I just love it. It's amazing. It's beautiful. I just would give him a hug if I could. Actually, no, that's kind of a bad idea. But I don't care. He's just amazing. It's beautiful. However, there's one that somehow beats him. Number 1. What could I possibly make number 1? Well, when I decided to make number 1, it's probably the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. And the most beautiful thing you will ever see in your life, too. It is just absolutely beautiful. I mean, it really is just amazing. It's breathtaking, even. Of course, I'm referring to Retro Jason. Oh, no!